It sounds like you think mindset's more important than anything else.
It is. It is. I mean, and it's going to be, our business. It's always risk adverse. It's always going to be things that are going to fall through the cracks. It's not ever a month where you sit back and you're like, okay, great. I'm just going to look how those profits go up. I'm not going to have to work on anything. No, it's the opposite. It's a lot of hard. It's no secret. I mean, we got here where we are today by working very hard. That's the number one key to success. Just roll your sleeves up, get dirty, and work really hard.
Welcome to Seven Figure Entrepreneur, the #1 podcast bringing you real deal behind the scenes online earners. No fake gurus today. Today we have a very special guest coming from Emily as a high recommendation, Anna Gita. Did I say that right? Gita? Yeah.
Very good.
Awesome. Hi. We also have Tyler here. Tyler.
What's up, everyone?
Yeah. Excited to be here. Excited to be on this one because we were chatting a couple seconds before we hit the record button here. We're just kind of getting an idea of what Anna does. So it's going to be really cool to hear about how she got to where she is today and her path that she took to get there. So Anna, how are you doing?
Oh, great. I'm so excited to be chatting with you guys.
Yeah.
So, thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's always great having another female entrepreneur on there as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I was listening to the podcast. You guys need more females,
I know. That's what we were saying. We had like men for the longest time. We're like, man, we really got to spice this up a little bit. And the women, I'd say like the women podcasts have been some of the best interviews.
100%.
I agree. I was just chatting with Emily about this last week, and we love to support each other, and it's important for everyone else in the industry to hear what we have to say. So it's.
Are you guys part of like a little? Do you guys have like a female mastermind group anywhere, or is it just you guys are all friends?
Well, friends, and we help each other. We the business side too, and we empower each other. So that's important.
Yeah, I know Emily's super amazing at that. I know the program she's working on now with a bunch of female entrepreneurs. Like, I'm really excited to see what comes out of that, actually.
Exactly. She's wonderful.
Yeah. Cool. Do you want to start and give us a good idea of what you do?
Yes, of course. I run MaxWeber Affiliate Network. It's an agency/network where we help advertisers and affiliates to kind of have a home for their traffic.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, I think I noticed there was like a gap, a need for a home for super affiliates, but affiliates that are just getting started, and also product owners that might have been, not comfortable working with networks or other agencies. So I said, why not? Let's create something to make everyone happy.
Yeah, very cool.
Do you guys specialize in any types of offers? Sorry, Tyler.
Yes. We actually specialize in VSLs, like the video type offers.
Very cool.
Digital and supplements. Usually, we do a lot of native, not just Facebook and social, but we work with Ref Content, Taboola, Outbrain. So that's kind of our specialty, native traffic.
Cool.
And you guys run traffic internally as well, right?
Yes. That's how we test all the offers to make sure before we present it to the affiliate partners.
I love that. That's great.
Super important. You can be the nicest, group of people in the world. We can be flexible and kind. But if we don't have the results for our partners, then, it has to be.
That makes total sense. So I was reading before, you have basically locations in 5 countries now?
7, I think.
7 now? And this all started 2 years ago.
Yes, I think it was when we were sponsoring TNC 2 years ago in San Francisco. And
wow, that's amazing.
You guys are crazy.
Yeah. Well, I'm super humbled. I'm so humbled by all the success, and it's super exciting.
Yeah, where are you located now?
I'm physically in Romania right now.
Nice.
I have double citizenship, so my second home is the U.S. or my first home.
Yeah.
But our development team, the engineers, are here. So I love the face-to-face time. We always work on optimizing, creating like the best reporting. So
a lot of people have tech teams in Romania, it appears. I've heard that come up multiple times.
really high IQs, incredibly, smart people. And I'm not saying that because I was born here.
But you
That's-
can, like, you totally can. That's fine.
Just a fact.
It's a fact.
yeah.
You should get that made into a t-shirt.
When you're in the US, whereabouts do you stay?
Oh, well, I lived for 6 years in Pennsylvania, Hershey, the sweetest place on earth.
Interesting.
Oh, interesting.
And California.
How'd you like Pennsylvania?
I loved it. I mean,
Yeah.
it's very different. The last few years, I was in California, Santa Monica, and then downtown Los Angeles. And it's very different. It's like two completely different states. It's like two separate countries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can imagine.
It's it has the charm of like the small town, like the U.S. Hershey's like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. America.
Yeah, you can leave your doors open. The neighbors would come and help me with the snow in the winter. So
Oh, yeah.
That works out well.
Yeah, that works out real well.
How'd you get started in this industry?
oh my goodness. Well, I had the typical 9-to-5 jobs working for really big corporations. Like it's no secret. I was always profit oriented, so I wanted to make sure I apply my skills to that extent. And I was still working in management, project management for a Fortune 500 company in Los Angeles. And it was random that I discovered the affiliate world, but as soon as I did, I fell in love with it. It's just the people and the opportunities and how new a lot of the things are. I mean, you think about internet, e-commerce, what else can be new? You've seen it all, but no, it's every single month. There are so many cool things to work on reinventing ourselves. And
Totally.
I love that. That's really,
it's ever evolving. Like even
Oh, yeah.
I talked to Tyler about this about Facebook. I'm like, I'm relearning Facebook every like couple of weeks because something changes, something's different, something that did work doesn't work. So
oh my gosh, absolutely. We have a lot of Facebook compliant offers, but that means Facebook compliant. We always need to work on, optimizing, making sure everything is up to par. So
yeah.
I 100%.
But I will say that it's really cool that you guys do that, because a lot of networks, I shouldn't say a lot, but there's a majority of networks that don't really care about the Facebook side of things in terms of like, they like the traffic, but they don't really stick to compliance. They're just like, this converts, have at her, good luck,
Yeah.
So that's kind of cool that you have their back in terms of making it safe for Facebook.
Oh, it's so important. And I think one of the reasons, we're so successful, maybe because I learned everything about the industry from ground zero, because I was doing completely different things before. So I did not have the influence of doing things the grandfathered way of how they were before.
Yeah.
So it's a fresh approach, and I try to apply, the common sense to everything we do in business. And honestly, everything has evolved so much in the last 2 years. Like before, you guys probably know from a lot of the partners that you had on the podcast, like email marketing was huge, and it still is. It always is going to be huge. But as the network, as an agency, you really need to work on the native side, on the paid traffic, on social media. It's the way of the future.
That's where the volume is for sure.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. Go ahead.
And constancy, like having constant volume. Like a lot of the partners that we work with, the reason they love us and we appreciate them for it is the constant traffic. With email, there might be drops, which those are wonderful and important as well, but is that constant? When you see 500 sales every day as a product owner, you're really happy because you can monetize that easily.
Yeah,
for sure. No, that's super cool. I always think it's interesting when new people come into the industry, because as much as like, I think I've been doing this 12 years now or something, and Gabe's probably the same. It's almost hinders us a little bit because we're so complacent, or like we have certain ways that we do things. And so many times I've talked to like new people, they're like, why don't you just do this? I'm like, that's fucking brilliant. Like, I love that idea. That's great. So I think a fresh mind is sometimes the best thing.
Beautiful. The fact that you see it, and the fact that it's important to break out of your comfort zone and not stay complacent, that's golden. So
totally.
Yeah.
So what was your very first thing you did online?
It was basically looking at funnels and trying to optimize them with like product owners that became friends.
So like, because you didn't have any background in it, right?
No, not at all.
So how did that like whole situation come up? Someone just like, hey man, or like, hey, come check this out.
Yeah, a really good friend. He was working on the tech side for a company that was doing online processing, and he was like, we really need someone with a background of project management. I did my MBA at UCLA, so I was like very business oriented, and I was like, I'll help you guys. I don't know much about it, but let me take a look at your business and what you do. And it all started from there. I started learning all from coding to
Wow.
a world, what it means to pay someone rev share, CPA. I learned everything from zero 2 years ago.
That's insane. That's a lot
crazy
to learn.
Yeah. So are you like a pro at optimizing funnels now? Is that like your...
Oh my goodness, you can never be a pro, but
That's the right answer right there.
But if it depends if they convert, because that's considered pro level. If you can take something from converting.
yeah, I can tell if I look at a new offer, I can tell you, and I can give you some. It's very easy for me right now. If I look at a funnel, I can tell you if you want a Taboola MSN, like if you want a native compliant page, I can probably tell you most of the things you want to change.
Yeah.
If you want it page compliant, again, if you want your offer to convert for your email partners, that's a completely different story. I can tell you what you need, especially creatives. Like a lot of the people that have been in the industry for a while, I think they still need to learn a bit how important it is to have really, really good creatives for all your partners.
For sure, for sure. I say that on the email all the time. Like, they'll an offer will come out and there'll be 5 random creatives that some designer made, no marketing person made, but a designer made, and they convert terribly.
Yeah, I don't think even when I emailed, I don't think I ever tested the creatives that they gave us.
Oh man, generally they're not that great, man. They're all about like how good it looks. But I have a question for you. Tell me about because you ran traffic before too, right? Tell me about the first time you ran traffic. Were you like profitable at the gate or did you lose money?
Oh, well, yeah, I lost money like the first week, which is normal.
Yeah, totally.
Alive, but then it got profitable quickly if you,
First week.
it and you optimize, and the first month was, plus. So.
Wow, really? You got profitable in your first month? Good for you.
What traffic were you running?
Oh, well, a bit of Facebook, I think. And it was like a ref content campaign.
Oh, ref content.
Oh, interesting.
That's crazy though. Like a week of losing to turn that around. That's solid returns. Like we expect at least like a month to 3 months.
The profit was like $200. Like, don't think it was,
still.
It wasn't 8 figures from the first month.
Anna was cashing checks already, Gabe. She was good to go.
She was 0 to hero in a month. I love it.
The first time you lost money, did you ever have that thought like, oh man, I don't know if I can make this work? Or were you like, okay, I just got to work on this?
No, we just got to work on this. I mean, I had really good mentors before I got in this specific industry. And if you have a business mind and if you have the right mindset, which I know sounds cheesy and a lot of people says that, but
no, it's huge.
If you have the right mindset, you're golden. I mean,
totally.
We have the capability, we're smart individuals. We have the brain cell resources to make pretty much anything happen. So if you
speak for yourself.
I agree with you. It sounds like you think mindset is more important than anything else.
It is. I mean, and it's going to be, our business. It's always risk averse. It's always going to be, things that are going to fall through the cracks. It's not ever a month where you sit back and you're like, okay, great. I'm just going to look how those profits go up. I'm not going to have to work on anything. No, it's the opposite. It's a lot of hard. It's
daily too.
It's no secret. I mean, we got here where we are today by working very hard. That's the number one key to success. Just roll your sleeves up, get dirty, and work really hard.
And learn everything you can. I love it. A lot of people, actually, someone from Oracle just hit me up and they're like, because I was looking at using one of their products. And anyways, we ended up using it. Long story short, though, she hit me up. She's like, hey, have you ever read the 4-Hour Work Week? She was like, I'm thinking about going to business for myself. I'm like, if you think you're going to business for yourself and you're only going to work 4 hours, I'm like, that is just not going to happen. Like, it's just not going to happen.
That's of course. I still work 20 hours a day,
Yeah.
It's like, it's almost turned into less of like hours and it's just your life. It's not like, if someone asked me how many hours a day I work, I'd be like, well, I'm kind of always doing something regardless. Like maybe I take an hour where I'm not doing anything, you know, or two, but
100%.
yeah.
That's the truth.
Yeah. It's definitely, it's funny because it's more of like a lifestyle job than anything. And it's like, not the, like, I'm on a beach lifestyle. It's like this
Right.
is my lifestyle.
Marketing, you know, campaigns and everyone is like typing from a beach.
Yeah.
Happen, of course, but
I've tried. You can't see your screen. It's impossible to see your screen.
I know, and you need like all your 3 screens the way I have them in my home, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. When you optimize, so.
That's too funny.
That's amazing.
What, so since you're an agency and you do the traffic side, you see a lot of different sides of the internet. So many people just focus on one thing at a time. What would you say are some of the fastest growing opportunities that exist right now from where you're sitting?
From a product owner or affiliate perspective?
Just in general.
Anything.
In general, offers that have like really good videos, like VSLs, are crushing it because of the attention span of the millennials and like the new generations.
You mean because it's so long, right?
That too, and they don't like to read a lot. So if you have like a really good video, that's important. So if you're a product owner and you want to focus, you know, it's super important to have that option of offering a VSL. And if you're an affiliate, it's just super important to find good partners, a good network, a good, you know, product owner people. It's because the industry is huge, and the number one thing you can do when you get started is really, really find people you resonate with.
Yeah.
Just like in the personal life, the partners that you're going to have, you need to really, really trust them. Otherwise, it's not going to be profitable for you.
Yeah. No, that makes sense.
I got a question about VSLs because you were talking about VSLs and millennials. Do VSLs work on younger people?
They do.
Yeah.
25 plus. Yeah.
Wow.
25 plus. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There it is, Gabe.
It's funny because the only reason I watch them is just to figure out what people are doing.
Yeah,
I don't think I would ever watch a full one.
What's converting over there?
Yeah.
You got to watch those Agora ones, man. You'll be hooked right to the end.
I've never watched them before.
Agora is good.
I'll send you our exclusive ones. You guys will not be able to stop watching.
Okay.
Perfect.
I need a few because I got to make my own soon. So.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Let me help you any way I can.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Yeah. Need all the help I can get.
Yeah,
that's the truth.
You know, it's so important for us to help each other in the industry. It's so important to, you know, help, especially with advice and, you know, knowledge. It doesn't cost us. And it really is room for everyone. That one thing, you know, the competitive side, it really is room for everyone. So let's spread the knowledge.
Yeah. You know, what's interesting on that. I meet a lot of people and they talk about like, oh, I wish Facebook was the way it was 3 years ago or email 4 years ago. But I know some people, like, they're making more money than ever right now. And just the way like the technology is advanced and the pixel and the learning and the opportunities, like if you know what you're doing, you're connected with the right people, the opportunities truly are endless right now.
And it's, in a way, I personally think it's better because you don't have to worry about low quality traffic. You don't have to worry about everyone running, you know, on, you know, the good social media platforms. So it's good. And one of the things that we work super hard on is, you know, how you said, having good pixels and good tracking capabilities. Like in the past, that was something that was not huge. I mean, you couldn't go on a network to set your own postback pixel, your own iframe. And that's super important right now.
Yeah, definitely on various traffic sources. What do you think's a better business model? Someone becoming an advertiser or someone being an affiliate?
Usually people do both. I mean, I rarely know any product owners that don't do the affiliate side on their own too, or though we have a lot of partners. Like, I know, you know, we're an affiliate network, but we're so different from that because the partners that we have, they don't really have their offers anywhere else. You know, we are their traffic partner, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, they use us for that. So, in a way they're affiliates too, because they help us and they optimize everything every single week. So
That's so cool.
yeah, it's going to happen, and it's going to be both. And affiliates that I've known for the last couple of years are now getting into making their own offers.
Yeah.
So most time it's going to be both. It's, if you're on this side of the spectrum, you're probably going to end up doing both.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that, because we're like falling exactly into that field right now ourselves.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, no, we're pretty excited about it. As far as like, what differences do you notice between?
Oh, you gapped out. That.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Yes.
Perfect. What difference do you notice between affiliates that do a lot of volume and are really strong affiliates and consistent versus affiliates that have ups and downs? Do you notice anything in like the way they operate their business, or like anything different at all? Is there any differences that you notice personally?
Yes. A lot of the affiliates that have done a lot of volume in the past, like, 2.5 years ago when I got started, I knew, the super affiliate partners of the industry.
Yeah.
And some of them are just as strong today, and others were not able to pass the bumps,
Yeah.
that happen along the way. And one of the things is connections. You need to have really good affiliate managers at Facebook, at any native network that you run. Not just, you internally can do a really good job, but if you don't have the right account manager to every single platform that you work with, then you're probably going to be in trouble. And also versatility and changing. I mean, we all have that spark of wanting to be a dinosaur, in the sense that we want to stick to what we know. We all have that. But we need to really work on, getting past that and trying new things. It's the only way. In our business, literally, the only constant is change.
Yeah, that's very true. I agree with that. That's awesome.
So it's really having good partners. I mean, it's really the way it is, the partners that stick with us. And it's important to have people you trust. I mean, we work, when I started, I work with other networks, and, there are account managers that maybe they're not very experienced yet. And then, they might present offers to you just because they need to, show you.
Oh, yeah. I know that game.
And that's not good for business. That's not cool. When you present an offer to partners, like if we go to our partners to offers, they are 100% comfortable testing and sending traffic.
Yeah.
And, that's key for them, and it's important.
That makes sense. So like some of the things you do for affiliates beforehand, these offers are pre-tested, right? You guys have already run traffic.
Exactly. And we get creatives, good email swipes, good banners, good pre-landers that we know work.
Very cool.
Sorry, and all of that's Facebook compliance. You test out the landing, the pre-sales, all that stuff for Facebook?
Yep.
That's amazing.
That's one thing that I find, one thing she's kind of talking about is just having a competitive edge on your campaigns. Like if you can have more competitive edges, and this is for people who are listening, coming in, you're just going to have that much more of a likelihood to be successful faster. Yeah. And you'll get over the hump of losing money faster and get into profitability.
Yep. I agree. And I feel like there's so many affiliate networks out there that unless the affiliate network is going to work with you, there's no point in bothering. Like there is a dime a dozen for how many affiliate networks out there are.
And that's why, I'm hesitant to really call it an affiliate network. I mean, it is. I'm proud of that. It's a home to both advertisers and affiliates, but we really have such a different approach.
Yeah.
The people we work with, they love us, they trust us. I introduce advertisers to affiliates all the time when I go to conferences.
Yeah,
and I
very cool.
once worry that they will, not run through us or silly stuff like that. Never. It's, we're partners in all of this.
Yeah. I love that. I feel so many people have like the scarcity mindset where you're like the opposite. It's like, what can I do to bring more value to everybody?
Yeah.
Exactly. It's, I think, I don't know, it's like good common sense to apply that to business too.
Yeah.
I'd
What's
agree.
that term? Common sense isn't common though,
Yeah.
No, it's true.
Yeah. I think we've heard that on this podcast multiple times, actually.
Yeah. I should put that, I should get a tattoo that says that or something.
Or a shirt.
Yeah. A little less permanent shirt would be a good option, Gabe. Thank you for that.
I mean, I support your tattoo option, but I'll even be there with you and watch.
That's support. So going into advertisers, one thing I've noticed that's kind of shifting a little bit is advertisers having more hands-on with the affiliate network, with the affiliate as well. So the three of them, because we found when we work with advertisers, we learn so much. Like we learned there's this one dead offer we were running, and the advertiser came back and he's like, this quality is great, this quality is garbage. And we're like, okay, what's the difference between the two? He's like, well, the good quality is credit card debt. He's like, that's the most valuable debt any debt company could have and work with. And so there's a lot of that stuff that unless you work with the advertiser or you're we'll get that information. So that's a trend I've noticed. Is that something you guys are seeing as well?
You got to a little bit, my friend.
Just a little bit there. And
yeah. You had a really good looking face when you did it.
Did I? Perfect.
Yeah.
I did that for the people.
Yeah.
You got to give the people what they want. So no, but just the combined effect of advertisers wanting to be more hands-on with their affiliates these days, even through the network. Is that something you're noticing a lot of?
100%. All the really, really strong offers that we were able to, take from 0 to, 7 figures or 8 figures revenues for them. It was always product owners that will do anything we ask of them.
Awesome.
They will look at the conversion rates with us. They will constantly, work on new creatives, pre-lenders. They will always make good if there's a downtime.
Yeah.
So as a product owner, if you really want your offer to succeed, you really need to put in the time and be super open. And I honestly don't even accept offers, even if they have the best, reputation, if I don't have that really good connection with the product owners. If I'm not sure they will reply every time and have like a really, really good communication, it's not worth it because, we want to make the money, but, we need that really, really good communication where the product owners is hands down, it's involved, it's helpful. That's super important.
It makes a lot of sense because it's just like when you have no access to the offer owner and you need something done and you can't, it limits you so much in the sense that like, so we were running an insurance offer, but they won't place the pixel and they won't give us like lookalike data for Facebook. And they just cause they just don't want us having that information. And by the way, like it's impossible for us to have that information. Like we can't even, like you can give us like lists that are totally encoded in hashes and we won't even know what the email is. But like, my point is, it's just like, how can we make this work? It's impossible. It's absolutely impossible. Even if the offer converts a little bit, it's like, well, there goes that chance.
Yeah. You might as well just work with someone else who's willing.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's the only way. And if you want your offer to scale, if you want your affiliate partners, to really bring you revenue, you need to help them and give them everything they need.
Yeah,
totally.
Agreed.
So tell us a little bit about your plans. Are you starting to go into the offer space as well?
No, not yet. Because we have so many exclusive, which are really our offers now.
Yeah.
They probably feel like yours now, right?
Yeah, they do. So we still want to help them as much as possible and focus on them. We have many, many offers that are going to launch this year. Next month, just like 7 new ones. So it's a lot of work. Sure, all of those are going to be profitable. But never say never.
Yeah, right.
How long does it take from when someone's like, "Hey, I want to host this offer on your network," to actual launching? Because I'm sure there's changes that you guys want to see and certain things you want to implement before that. So what's the timeline look like for that?
Well, it depends. I mean, and one thing for new product owners, I never promise. Like, when we took our offers and other networks wanted to run our offers, they always promise you, we'll send you a lot of traffic the first week. And that's not good. You don't ever promise because first you want to test and you want to see what's going to happen. To physically get the offer, online, if the product owner is very, communicates very well and gets us everything we need, it can be like 48 hours.
Wow.
To truly optimize it, because we need to test, we're going to need to, do our own thing, get the, the media buying team involved. So to get it to scale, that's a different story. I mean, it could, it can take 2 weeks or it can take 2 months.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Oh, cool. How many internal buyers do you guys have?
4.
Nice. And a mix between Facebook and native and Google.
And a lot of account managers, which are, the best. I love it. We are like a family.
Yeah.
Cheesy stuff, but
I almost want a job. Where do I sign up?
we just love each other so much. It's a lot of trust and respect involved. I have the best account managers around. They're loyal and they're excited. And, one thing, if you go to the next conferences and you ask someone about MaxWeb, I'm 100% sure they're going to tell you they love their account manager.
Wow.
That's huge. It's
very much so.
Yeah, that's amazing.
When you went out to find media buyers to run traffic internally for you, did you train them from the ground up, or did you find experienced people already and bring them in?
2 of them are experienced, and 2 of them we kind of learned the ropes together. But we also have 10 engineers that have like the tech background, which is super important. I believe a lot of the affiliate networks out there don't have their own like specialized tech people.
Yeah.
But that goes hand in hand with any, media buying, any drop, any optimization. I think that's one of the secret sauces, to have really good tech people, not just media buyers, not just, good emailers and account managers, having really good engineers and developers to create everything that you need.
Yeah, I could totally see that.
Increases the speed of implementation a lot too, I would imagine.
Exactly. And how you said, it never happens for an affiliate to come to us even if it's a Saturday night at 10 p.m. and they want an iframe pixel and they're not sure how to do it. They might be new, and someone will reply and, get their pixel for them over the weekend and anything they need, or a lookalike audience or anything like that. My goodness, that's within 2 hours, you should have all that if you want to test.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, that's really cool.
When you got to wait like 3 days to get something done, like even get a pixel placed, it's just 3 days. I can't run traffic.
Oh yeah.
I want to believe I'm very, a kind person to work with. But one thing that I could not ever understand, if it's someone forgets to reply or it takes 2 days and they're like, oh, I need to reply to an email. That's no.
Yeah. Anna will legit cut you, Gabe.
Yeah, she looks fiery. She looks like she could be fiery. It's always the really nice ones you got to watch out for.
That's right. That's good advice right there.
That's what they say. The pacifists are the worst enemies to have.
Yeah, stern but fair. Stern but fair.
Yes, very assertive. We're loving and kind, but
I would pay to see you angry. I would pay to see you angry. That would be funny.
Yeah, I don't get angry, but I get assertive.
Oh, okay.
I think my tone is just changing.
That's even worse. I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
You can tell Rebecca said that to Gabe a lot. I say that to Rebecca all the time, so I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, go ahead.
You guys are wonderful. I'm really enjoying this.
Thanks. We try to have a good time. So when you started building out your internal media team, did you bring on an experienced person to start, or did you just, find someone who you thought would have the capability and like train them from the ground up? And if you train them from the ground up, was there any like resources you'd recommend for other people out there that want to learn media buying?
Well, it's really good to have at least 1 or 2 people that are experienced.
Yeah.
So they can help. But then for the rest of the team, definitely teach them from the ground up, because then you can really, really get the DNA of who you are and who your business is for new people.
Gotcha.
Everyone else I hired outside of the industry, because I wanted to make sure, I can mold them to have the DNA that I envision.
Yeah.
So definitely, if possible, you need 1 or 2 experienced people, especially when it comes to, media buying. But the rest, I really encourage you to mold those people from the ground up. That doesn't matter much if they have, the experience. If you talk to them and they're witty and they're smart and you can tell their IQ is off the charts, those are the best type of people to have.
How long does it take from when you bring someone on, usually as a media buyer, to getting them successful? Or profitable, I guess I should say, because success is a broad term.
It shouldn't ever take more than 60 days.
Wow. Interesting. And if it does take more than 60 days, do you get a new person in there?
Well, we were so lucky. Usually, yes. It's the secret to having a good business is to, it sounds terrible, but to fire fast if there's that's not a good fit, and be very open from day one and make sure they know the expectation. If it doesn't work, part as friends. But we were super lucky. I personally was extremely lucky, and that has not happened. I mean, I got really lucky with the type of people we have, and
was it luck or was it your hiring process?
I want to say it's the hiring process. I'm proud of. I'm involved in every single, small task, which is not good for mental health, but it's very good for business.
Can't you see all the Adderall in the background there? I can see it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's
so funny. It is. It's funny. Like, how big is your team now in total?
40, 44.
Same thing.
Oh, crazy. 40, yeah. 44. You're gapping, homie.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I find I have the issue myself. I'm actually a business coach we had on a previous call. I'm going to be hiring him. Long story short, though, I find I really want to be involved in the nitty gritty of so many things. But when you have 44 people, I don't have that. I'm around 20-ish. I still want to get involved in the nitty gritty of so many things, but you can't do it all. You simply can't. So how do you go about managing that and figuring out where you put your time and where you kind of step away and let someone else run with it?
I think key was spending a lot of time with them the first 60 days after they started. So then you are able to mold them to know the expectation, to be productive, responsive, kind, and good in any certain situation. So if you have that good time with them in the beginning, you're not going to have to spend that much more time as the 1 year, 2 year pass by. It's going to be enough 30 minutes call to go over everything, and then hiring people in key positions to take care of the rest of the team. For example, at MaxWeber, we have an incredible CTO that oversees the engineers, and I trust him completely with everything. So that automatically makes my life easier.
Yeah. Very cool. When you first started out, who was the first person you hired? What was their position?
Account manager.
Oh yeah.
Smart.
Yeah, someone to just be really kind. So if I don't have time to speak to, all the affiliates, to make sure someone is responsive. And yes, I was the account managers first.
Interesting. Relationship first. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
It's important to have kind people on the other side of the keyboard and on Skype, on email. It's so important to treat not just the super affiliates, but the small affiliates that are getting started, because they could be super affiliates 12 months from now. So that actually happened to us. And a lot of our partners started with us when they were making $200 a day, and now they make $200K a day. And
wow,
obviously the trust is there when,
Yeah, no doubt. That's crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I would make a terrible affiliate manager, by the way.
Yeah, you have to be very patient with all the different personalities.
Yeah.
That would be the worst.
I'd make a great counselor, though. I'm just kidding.
Debatable.
It's so important to know our own set of skills. That's key,
Yeah.
I love actually what you just touched on there. What kind of, for a media buyer, what kind of skill set do you look for?
Flexibility, versatility, someone that is going to try new things and doesn't get anxious from the first, campaign that goes bad.
Gotcha.
So just having that, again, goes to mindset and personality. So
yeah.
This set of skills, it's making sure it's someone that's comfortable taking risk and, just being flexible to all the new stuff that we are thrown in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
No doubt. One thing that happens to me, a lot of people hit me up and be like, hey, I want to do something online. I'm like, cool. What do you want to do? And they're like, I have no idea. What should I do? I always have a hard time of telling people, giving a recommendation, because I don't want to steer them wrong. But because it goes through my mind, I think of literally 20 different things they could do. They could be an affiliate manager. They could they could vlog. They could do so many things. They could own an offer. They could run traffic. But what I've been trying to do lately is understand what someone's natural ability. Someone who's really good at numbers and bad with people would probably be a terrible affiliate manager.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
absolutely. So accounting for them, you know, we have a really good accounting team, and that's so important to have good account managers, but also like the people that are only good with numbers, they are beautiful in their own way too.
Totally. But just don't present them to people, right?
Right. And they don't even want to, like they'll say, I don't want to go to conferences. Just like,
Yeah. Leave me with my numbers.
Yeah.
Is there any sort of
important.
like, yeah, absolutely. Is there any sort of filtering you do up front when you have people apply to like see if they would be, if their personality even fits a certain role, or do you not quite like look at that too much?
Well, I have, you know, I do all the, you know, the one-on-one interviews, and I think after a while you can tell if someone
Yeah.
has the right DNA. It has to be someone bubbly and kind and open, and someone that is mindful.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell. I mean, it's stuff that's very easy to pinpoint, even you know, from day one when someone's trying to impress you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, because we actually just hired a media buyer. He's probably going to listen to this too. So it's been interesting, because I've never trained someone to do what I do. I've kind of been like a one-man show for all this stuff for such a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, then you have to think about, do you guys know the development rubber duck approach?
No, but I want to hear this.
Yeah.
I want to
that,
hear anything that involves
the
rubber
rubber
ducks.
duck explaining. So basically, when you do something, pretend you have a rubber duck on your desk, and you
Yeah.
explain it in the simplest of terms.
Oh.
So that
Throw
the
it,
rubber duck
you
will
know,
understand it?
yeah, say it out loud and explain it
Yeah.
very, you know, and that works. So it's hard. It's very hard to teach people. So you have to kind of assume they don't know anything about the subject and go from there.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You know what that reminds me of is the potato test.
Yeah. Greg Davis, the man, the myth.
Yeah. So Greg Davis, his like nickname was like probably self-made nickname, but it was Mr. 50K a day. And he said at one of his, and he did a lot of media buying, he would say at his events that, you know, every time he creates an ad, he would like do the potato test on it. And we're like, what's a potato test? And he said, this was his words, not mine. The average American is the equivalent of a potato. So if a potato can understand your ad, that means the average person can too. And like the whole moral of the story was just to make your creatives as simple as possible so people could get it. But like the potato thing kind of drove home that point. You know what I mean?
Can I quote you on that? Like on an Instagram post, be like, just put that out with a picture of you?
No, that is definitely Greg.
Sure he took that from the rubber duck explaining.
Yeah, I think he stole that from you. He heard your rubber duck, and he was at McDonald's having some French fries. He's like, potato, I got it.
Man, he's like the old OG guru, hey? Like he is the black hat OG guru.
Dude, yeah. I don't even know what that guy's
I probably know him, so be careful what you say.
Probably.
We're not talking
this is going
bad
on a
about
podcast,
him.
so it's all out now.
Yeah. No, I still get emails from him. Yeah, they're very short and to the point now. Like, I don't care that this course costs $15,000. Like, buy it if you want to make money. Like, that's pretty much the gist of it.
That sounds like Greg Davis's course.
Yeah.
Any type of for your affiliates, just because like a lot of people we're talking more about affiliate marketing these days. We used to talk a lot about e-com, and we still do, but the opportunities in affiliate marketing are like crazy. I was just actually on a business trip, and that day I spent a few days with him. He spent $200,000 and made $100,000 profit that day as an affiliate. Like,
and I know it sounds crazy, but it's not. It's just
it's people do it.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's probably he's a one-man show doing the whole thing by himself. All he has is someone like reviewing like comments or something like that. But other than that, he runs the entire business. It's crazy. And I love the affiliate marketing business because it's like the leverage you have is insanity. Like, I don't know anywhere else, one person by themselves can generate 50 million a year or 60 million or whatever it is, just by themselves. So as far as like people who are interested in becoming an affiliate, is there any types of resources or anything you'd recommend they look into if they're just getting started, or if they're affiliate and they're, you know, they're generating some revenue, but they're not taking their game to the next level? Do you have any advice for them on how they could go about doing that?
Absolutely. The best advice is to find an affiliate network that they like and go to those account managers and make them their best friends,
Yeah,
because they're going to know exactly what converts. And
totally.
they have the knowledge to give them offers that are going to bring them, 200K a day or more.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that's the best advice, finding a place that you've heard from other people that you can trust, and also cash flow. For example, we pay our affiliates 3 times a week,
That's
and
Oh,
crazy.
as a new affiliate, that's super important to work with
yeah.
someone that understand that cash flow is really important, because we can be
Even
the
a
nice
good
and have the
affiliate.
nicest account managers, but if we don't take care of their impeccable payments 3 times a week, so for a new affiliate, that's very important. And that's why we came up with the approach, because a lot of my friends are affiliates and they will always complain how they need more cash flow before the weekend or before buying ads. So yeah, as a new affiliate, work with a network that has the best reputation for paying people on time. Make those account managers your friends, because they probably know what's hot. And if you're into native, make good relationships with the affiliate, like the native networks that you work with. And third, very important, go to a lot of conferences and events.
Yeah.
The knowledge is
When you go to conference and events, what do you kind of look for?
just pure networking. I try not to even set like goals before, just like really listening to what people have to say. You will be surprised the knowledge and the things you can grasp when you just sit and listen. A lot of the best ideas I had was just sitting back at at a lunch or dinner and hearing someone say something brilliant, and just then run with it. So
Very cool.
Face to face is it's such a different relationship. You can,
It is.
yeah, you can just share way more ideas with each other. It's not comparative to online on any level. No.
Yeah, and as a new affiliate, you need all that new knowledge, and you need the cash flow, how I said, and also the network that you're going to choose. Make sure they have really good resources, because if you're new, you might not have the team, you might not have your own copywriter to write resources. So you need to make sure they provide all that for you.
Yeah. You know what, actually, that's a good segue into something I was thinking about. So in MaxWeb, you said you had some, people come to you in the beginning and they're just doing a couple $100 a day. How much volume have some of your biggest affiliates or your biggest product owners done in a day before?
In a day? Oh,
yeah.
500,000.
How much?
500,000.
500,000.
Oh,
One guy?
wow. 500,000?
Wow.
Yeah, maybe more.
That's
so
crazy.
What's important about that, guys, is like, as you get better and you refine your skills, you want to be in bigger markets where that type of volume is possible, because that's not always possible in a lot of markets. That's a lot of volume.
Invest the money. You want to always put a lot of the money. Like if you're going to make 500K, take 400K and reinvest it in more ads, and bring your campaigns to, especially if you run an offer and you see a steady conversion rate, because that's key. If your conversion rate is steady, you go a week, 2 weeks, you see great profits, take a lot of that and invest more and more and more until, instead of seeing $2,000 in your dashboard, you're going to see 800,000.
Yeah.
That's
very cool.
That's a good week.
Yeah, that is a good week, right?
Yeah. That's a good month, actually.
Yeah. No one's complaining at that point.
No.
Those offers where they did like that much in a day, were those just like US only, Canada only, or were those like worldwide campaigns?
Both. Really cool. A lot of them are VSLs that run tier 1. So like US, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. But also we have, and you probably know the owners, they, some of the digital offers that run international, because obviously you don't have to ship anything. And those can do a lot of volume too, if you market them correctly.
Yeah. That's cool.
But a lot of it is US. With the supplements, for example, is either tier 1 or the US for the physical product.
Do you like doing supplement products or digital products more personally?
Whatever is profitable. So both.
Good answer. Good answer.
whatever is profitable. So we're always open to new, type of offers and, testing. It's, you never know, the industry might be incredibly different a year from now. So we try to keep
will
on.
be I bet you all our businesses will be completely different in 12
Yeah.
months.
Have you noticed any trends lately on what's really working?
For us, and from our experience on what's
And just what
profitable.
you're seeing with the buyers and everything like that too.
Yeah, it's a lot of the supplements and a lot of the VSLs into the health market. And when I say health, I'm referring to something that baby boomers might buy.
Gotcha.
Something for their blood pressure and something for their vision, their back, that's stuff like
I need
that.
all those things.
Yeah. I'm not a baby boomer, but I do too. What is considered baby boomer? 50 plus?
I believe 60 plus by now.
60 plus? Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. That's interesting because that's what markets we see work well on Facebook too right now for things.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I know a lot of advertisers like the older demographic because they just turn into better buyers for them, higher quality.
That's true.
Yeah, they discover the technology and they want to try different things for themselves. So it's usually they don't have the scarcity mindset of the refunds and stuff like that. So definitely.
Have you noticed any new traffic sources taking off, like Snapchat or Pinterest or anything like that internally, or with the people who advertise your offers?
Not yet. Of course, they Pinterest, they can have good runs, but not at the scale level of what the other native platforms are doing.
Gotcha.
Not yet. It can change, but not yet.
Yeah.
If so someone came to you and they're like, I'm a new affiliate, what traffic source should I learn? Would you tell them to go only with one traffic source? And if so, which one would that be specifically?
I'm not trying to make advertisings here, but Outbrain is really good because they take really good care of their affiliates. We personally have great relationships with them where they tell you what you need to change. Some of the networks, Taboola, Content Ad, they don't communicate well, so that makes it harder for everyone else. But with Outbrain, they have great communication. All the teams from different worlds that we encountered. It's more expensive. If you're an affiliate, it's more expensive, but the return of investment, it's pretty guaranteed.
I heard they got better quality too than let's say Rev Content or some of the others. Taboola's apparently good too.
Yeah, both Taboola and Outbrain, they also have the MSN pages that's very profitable. And as a product owner too, if you want your offer to scale, it's really good to think what you need to get on there as well.
I was actually recently, go ahead, sorry.
No, it's also good to have in your back pocket if you have an email list. That's I always say about the new way of business and media buys, but email is still very it can be very profitable, especially if you know how to optimize it. So as a additional source of income, it's great to know what you want to do with your customers.
It's interesting you didn't say Facebook. I feel like most people always go to Facebook because it's easiest entry.
We love Facebook, but it's if you think about wanting to super scale, I think it's good to learn something. I think Facebook, it's a bit easier to learn. So that's obviously, we love it, and we have so many offers that are Facebook compliant. But if you really want to make a great career, it's good to learn also like a native platform, and then obviously social. And if you have some customer lists, even better.
Very cool.
Yeah,
I heard, I was talking to someone about native the other day, and they were saying like everything converts on MSN. It's such a beautiful placement for ads.
Yeah, we make a lot of profit from those type of pages. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to get there, both from the affiliates and the advertisers, but it's definitely worth it.
Very cool.
I'm sure there's a lot of competition for those spots.
Absolutely.
It is, and it's also the exclusivity of the sources. I personally have friends and partners that are they have exclusive sources for certain campaigns, and that's very important to them because they don't want to worry about other traffic sources.
That's actually a great tip right there, having exclusivity on something.
Yes, because nobody can compete with you.
Yeah.
Makes your life
That's
10 times easier.
If you're a super affiliate and you make the network, if you make the product owners a lot of money, don't be embarrassed just for exclusivity. It's, you know, it's important.
Yeah.
Totally.
You don't have to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes total sense.
Do you have an internal email team, and do you email a lot of the traffic from your offers, or does that just go back all to the offer owners?
We do that as well. We do that as well. And it just helps with having that a small bust of additional profits.
Yeah.
So it's great. And also learning the cool ways of, you know, doing the email approaches. It's really interesting.
Cool.
Very cool. Do you want to talk about Max? Like, we don't ever, like, right now we're not selling anything, or we don't necessarily push anything, but people are always curious about, like, oh, this person you have on, I want to work with them. Is there anything you want to talk about on the Max website if someone's interested from an advertiser in talking to you, or if they're interested in becoming an affiliate, or they are an affiliate and they want to look at the offers you have? Is there anything you want to talk about?
Oh, just what I've said so far. I have the same approach. We're not aggressive at all. You're not going to see a lot of emails from us. We're not going to get that ping on Skype knowing you. So it goes back to reputation. And I know a lot of people know we're very, good at what we do. As a product owner, if you are willing to really scale your offer and offer us everything we need, ping me. I'll love to help you with the highest quality traffic, but it's going to require a bit of work to make sure you get to 1,000 sales a day the way you want to.
Yeah,
I love it. Make them work for it.
For affiliates, we the process of getting on the network is a bit more strict. But I promise you, if they get past the first set of rules, they're gonna absolutely love getting paid 3 times a week and having really high CPAs. So
nothing wrong with that at all.
That's really cool. And what's the domain? Is it maxweb.com?
Yeah, maxweb.com.
Okay, perfect. We'll include a link in the description here just to make sure that you guys can go check it out if you want to run with Anna.
That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Tyler, you snapping an IG pic?
I am. I gotta make it look official.
That's so funny.
All 5 of my followers are gonna love you.
Yes.
I hope I'll get to see you at one of the upcoming.
Yeah. What events are you going to coming up here?
I'll definitely be in Barcelona.
Yep.
Oh, will you?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we talked about that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll see you there.
Totally. I'm actually thinking about flying out early for that.
That's awesome. I actually have a product owner that's going to come visit and before that. So
yeah. What time is it where you're at right now? It's probably late.
Yeah, it's midnight.
Oh, wow. Man, I didn't even think about that till right now.
Jesus.
That's commitment.
That is commitment.
Yeah. And you don't even look tired at all. You look like you don't even run a company over there. Look at you.
I'm lucky. I'm blessed. I don't need a lot of sleep. And,
ready to take on the day, and it's midnight. I love it. All right, guys.
Tell me your secret.
Not drinking energy drinks all day. That's
what are you talking about?
No, stay away from those energy drinks, Tyler.
I bought this is a MaxWeb. This is not really a MaxWeb product, but.
That's so funny.
I'll get you guys a t-shirt for next time. So
perfect. All right. Thanks everyone for listening today. For everyone watching, please do not forget to subscribe to us on YouTube, and do not forget to give us a review on iTunes or Stitcher. Thanks again, Anna, for coming. This has been fun. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
And see you in Barcelona, Anna.
Yes.
See you.
Bye.
Later.